What that does is that positions you as an authority, which then you can sell, but it's more about the positioning of it to the market. It's kind of like people who have books, right? Like
the sales of the book are less relevant than the opportunities that the book would open up to the author.
Right. You know, if you have a New York Times bestselling book, right? That'll open up so many doors, and that's why people are willing to spend. A lot of people don't know this, but a lot of people that get bestselling, New York Times bestselling books, a lot of them, which you know and I know, I'm not going to mention any names, but they pay a lot of money for that.
Right.
$75,000 to $150,000 to buy that status, because that status opens doors.
That's right. Okay, that makes sense. Now, going back to your story, so you make 6 figures in affiliate marketing, correct, that first year? And then what's the next play for you as you develop?
So the next play for me was I had found a water ionizer company. And at the time, I'd always been a health advocate. Like I've always been healthy, because when I was growing up as a teenager, I had bad acne. And to the point where I had to get on Accutane and like...
I took Accutane as well.
Did you?
Hated it.
Oh, bro.
It messed with my psychology and mood and energy and face, dried up your skin.
Dries up your skin, yeah. So my face was that bad, I had to go on Accutane. There was no other solution.
You know, they took it off the market recently, actually.
Yeah.
Because they found out all the stuff that was wrong with it.
Well, you had to sign a waiver, like, this might do this and this might do that.
Yeah, I remember that.
But when you're a kid and
you're 13, you just assume the doctor's right.
Yeah, you're just like, I'll take anything to get rid of this situation.
Right? Yeah, absolutely.
Especially in middle school and high school when,
self-esteem is based on the social environment.
Yeah. Right, exactly. So I found this, so my buddy, he turned me on to this water ionizer, and he brought me to this doctor's office. He was more of a holistic doctor. And he was showing us these blood test results of before and afters of drinking alkaline water. And I was enthralled by it. So I started buying alkaline water from this guy, and I was consuming this like it was going out of style.
Yeah.
I mean, my body was like craving this alkaline water.
Yeah.
So my buzzers go off, ding, 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 it's a $2,000 product. My dingers went off like, I wonder if they have an affiliate program. So I contacted the company. I said, hey, you guys have an affiliate program. I'd love to send you business. And the guy sends me an email back, and he's like, oh, I'm sorry, we don't. But you can buy them for $1,000, and we'll pay you, and then you can mark it up $1,000. So you can make $1,000 a unit. And I'm like, yeah, I don't do that. How about I send you buyers, and you send me cash? How about that? And that's actually what triggered the whole conversation. So we got on the phone, and he said, we don't have that set up, but I am looking for some help with my funnels and with my marketing, and I want to own the market. Can you do that? Now, this is at a time where I'd only done affiliate marketing for others. I'd never had a client.
Yeah.
So I'm back to my mentor. I was like, hey man, can you help me? Like, I know you have clients. Can you help me land this deal? And can you help me fulfill on it too?
Yeah.
And so he actually helped me put together a proposal, which ended up turning into my first deal ever at $8,000 a month. That was my first client. But the crazy part about the story is that the proposal was priced at $4,000 when we went back and forth. Okay, and the proposal had all these results and case studies, and here's what we're going to do for you, and all the deliverables and whatnot, right? And it was $4,000 a month. And I remember it was around Christmas time, and I remember being at home with my family, and I remember my mentor texted me on Skype, and he was like, don't send it, fish for whales. And I'm like, what does that mean? And he's like, make the price $10K a month. And I'm like, how do we go from 4 to 10? Okay, well, we need to rewrite the proposal.
Right, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And he's like, no, nothing's changing. The results are going to be there. They're going to produce millions of dollars. Make it 10K. And I was like scared, shitless almost. Yeah. I was like, there's no way. How do you go from,
Who's going to pay me 10K?
My belief, who's going to pay me 10K a month?
Talk about limited beliefs, yeah.
Oh man, all these limiting beliefs are coming up. And I remember my dad, he just was like, I had knots in my stomach. I was so nervous, Yeah. Like that was a big deal for me. I'm like, if I could just get $4,000 a month, and I give my mentor 2, and I'll keep 2,
Yeah.
That's how limited I was thinking at the time.
Yeah.
And so my dad goes, you know what? The worst thing he can say is no, but the best thing he say is yes. And if he says no, then you can negotiate. And I'm like, yeah, that's a good point. He's like, just send it, 10K. So I sent the proposal, and he emails me back 10 minutes later. Hey man, let's jump on a call. And then he ends up saying, I can't afford $10K a month right now. It's a little bit steep. He's like, but would you be willing to do 8? And I said, well, I got to talk to my business partner about that. I'll call you back. And of course, we took it. Yeah.
Wow, very cool. And then the deliverables, you figured it out? That wasn't too much of a stressful situation?
It wasn't, because he had the systems dialed. He had the processes dialed. At the time, I don't do this now, but I hired a guy in the Philippines to help with some of the WordPress development. We're doing a lot of what we were doing was we were ranking. The whole objective was we created basically a ton of review sites to control the keywords. It was very SEO focused.
No, I love that. And I think too, that story shares two things that I think listeners or watchers of this interview should take away. Number one, the power of a mentor.
True.
And number two, the fact that when an opportunity presents itself, even if you're scared or have limiting beliefs, take it, go for it.
Right.
Can you talk about how important having a mentor was to taking you to where you're at now at over $1 million a month, obviously, but can you talk about how integral having a mentor would be and where you think you would be if you didn't have a mentor?
Oh, man. Because I have several mentors even to this day.
Likewise, same, yeah.
People that stretch me and make me think bigger. And so it's always, you are always your greatest worst, your worst greatest enemy or whatever, however they say that, right? And so what I notice is that if I don't have other people in my life to give me perspective or who are thinking at a different level, then my own way of being, my own thoughts will always get in the way.
Yeah.
Right?
Makes sense. Yeah.
So it's so important. I mean, it's kind of why I tell the story about, having a second degree black belt and getting a second degree black belt in Taekwondo. It's like I had a sensei, right? Like I would have never got my second degree black belt in 7 years. It took 7 years to do that. But that would have never happened without a mentor, essentially. I mean, he's a mentor, right?
Right.
Someone who's guiding, who's pushing, who's challenging.
And who's been there before, yeah.
Who's been there before, right? So for me, my first mentor was, clear back to when I started, and I'm really grateful that I had the foresight to even jump in and make that investment. Because what I see a lot of people do today, like I talk to a lot of people, and what I find a lot of people do is they'll be willing to buy courses, and they're willing to learn from other people, which is great. Like that's like buying books at Barnes & Nobles or buying books on Amazon. Like that's great. Shoot, does Barnes & Noble even exist anymore? Amazon's the dominant king right now. But it's like, that's great. It's great to have that understanding. But there's insights, there's wisdom, and there's a challenge with a mentor that you don't get from courses.
Yeah, exactly.
So for me, it's vital. So I'm always as I'm always up leveling, I'm looking at who can help me get to the next level. And it's always they have to be where I want to be in order for me to qualify them as a mentor.
Right, that makes sense.
Right.
And then how important also is taking an opportunity even when you're not sure about it, not sure about servicing it, because I'm sure you had limiting beliefs about it at 4K and then doubling it, you know what I mean? How important is it for people to, like an opportunity presents itself, to take it even if they don't think they can?
Yeah, I think it's important. To get in the game. Woody Allen said 80% of success is just showing up. Right?
True, yeah. Just putting yourself in the running. Yeah.
Just put yourself in the running. And if you make a commitment to it, that'll get you in the game. And then from there, you'll figure it out along the way. I mean, you have to.
Just by staying in it.
By
you bump into the walls. Yeah.
You get in, and then you bump up against some walls. But when you get in, like from my experience, I got in the game and then I had to produce, or else I wasn't going to continue to get paid. Right? So for me, like it was produce and get paid or don't get paid.
No.
From the beginning.
Totally true.
Affiliate marketing is produce and get paid or don't get paid. Clients, produce and get paid or don't get paid, right?
And also I think too, there's power in the fact that you took the initiative, and I think people watching should take a lesson from this, because even though you were a little uncertain, you took the initiative to call the company and said, hey, even though you guys don't have an affiliate program, would you be willing to? A lot of people starting out in business would be intimidated by that. Like, who am I to tell another entrepreneur what they should be doing or ought to be doing or could be doing? So I think that's a powerful lesson. Now, talk to me a little bit about how you scaled from 6 figures to 7 figures and 8 figures. What are some of the lessons you learned? First question, going from 6 to 7 figures, then from 7 to 8 figures, because there's different levels of lessons, I'm sure.
Yeah. So there's a lot of lessons.
Yeah.
Right? But I will remember when we were doing multiple 6 figures, okay? Like mid 6 figures. We hadn't cracked 7 figures. And I remember filming a video, and in that video, I had made a declaration that I am producing over $1 million a year as a digital marketing consultant. Now, I never put that video out, but I had practiced that script, I had spoke that script, and I had put it out there. And literally, within a couple months, I was over 7 figures. Like, it's really wild. Like,
very interesting.
When I hit that, I looked back on that, and I was like, that's interesting. I never actually published that video, but I made the declaration, and I put it out there as if I was going to put it out there. And then it accelerated.
Yeah.
It accelerated my process, and it came into my experience a lot faster than I thought it would.
Hey, thanks for watching today's video. And if you love this video, be sure to leave a comment. Tell me your top 3 takeaways or top takeaway from today's video. And if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, be sure to subscribe so you can get notified every time that we upload a new video here on YouTube. And before you go, make sure you grab your free golden ticket. This free golden ticket is loaded with our 7-figure and our 8-figure expert agency and e-commerce funnels, emails, and scripts that we've used to build multi-million-dollar businesses in a variety of different markets. So thank you again for watching this video. Hope you got massive value from it, and I look forward to hearing what your takeaway was from this video. And also, I look forward to seeing you in the upcoming videos that we will be releasing.